How we doing, folks? Welcome back. Just getting everything going here, but tonight we're going to be playing with the old 762x54R. The old 762x54R. Just doing some cast loads here. Some low pressure unique powder. Brand new PPU brass. Heck yeah. So let's see if this guy's working. That looks great with my arm in the way. Oh, there we are. Get off my screen. Cool. Yeah, anyways, welcome back, folks. Hope everyone's doing good. We're just getting started. Make sure to say hey there in the chat and like it and share it and all that fun stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're joining on YouTube, make sure to go to Twitch so you can actually see what's going on. Pardon me. All right. So, since we're doing cast loads, we have to start with expanding our case mounts. So we need our shell holder. Found it. And then we'll look at the data here in a little bit, but I'm going to be using some Alliant Unique, which I've already got loaded up in the old Charge Master there. Okay. But yeah, we just need to expand these case mounts just a hair. And I need to take that little extension bit out of the expander. And I probably need that little guy. So what are you guys doing this weekend? You having a fun time so far? Doing any shooting lately? Loading anything up? What y'all been doing? You go camping? You going hunting? Is it deer season in your part of the woods? What y'all been up to? Alright. Just trying to see if we can get this guy to fit. A little more there. Once I get the die set up, we should be moving pretty quickly. Ooh. Don't expand too much or you'll overwork your mouth there and it might lead to a premature splitting of the neck. And you don't want to be premature about it. It does look like quite a bit though. I'm going to come out just a little. But we are using 311 diameter projectiles. This needs to be closer. And I'm going to pull this off because it's in the way right now. And I need to put him up here so we don't lose him. How's everything sounding? I, can't hear what I'm doing. Guess let me double check that. Make sure all these are hopefully the same link on the brass. On the brass, there we go. I'm gonna call it good. Doggy barking. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and expand all these and prime all of them, but I'm only going to load, I think I have 50 projectiles. I think I've only got 50 projectiles. All right. And we're actually going to be using large pistol primers. Oh, where? You can't see it. Sorry, I'm backwards and upside down. It's hard to see what we're doing, but yeah, large pistol primers. Ooh, let's see. Bumping the camera there. Hi, sir. How are you? Very good. How are you, sir? Very good. How are you, sir? Very good. Do you load any 762 by 54R? Do you have any sweet tips? Favorite powders? What do you like? Done any shooting this weekend? This shouldn't take too terribly long. These are all brand new PPU cases, so they should all be exactly the same trim length. I can't tell you the spec for this brass off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's at the minimum. Somewhere in there, I don't know. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Pardon me. Anybody been out shooting their Mosin lately? I have not. I still have to test those 10 rounds from our last loading session, which was actually a few weeks ago now. It's been a few weeks by now. So we're just on the old Rock Chucker Supreme, the RC2. I guess that's not the Supreme, it's an older one. Sorry, throat's dry. It's approximately 1:45 Central Standard Time here. I think most of my normal audience is, they're asleep by now. I don't know why I get on so late, but that's alright. At least we can chop it up into the YouTubes. And if you're on YouTube now, go to Twitch over there, twitch.tv/dummyround. Can't even see it, but move it out of the way. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, go there. And you'll be able to see what we're doing. YouTube keeps sending me emails and they're like, bro, you got a vertical stream, do vertical stream. You should try vertical streaming. Everybody's doing the vertical streams. So that's what we're trying here on YouTube, but I don't know how well that works. What do you guys think? Do you guys like vertical streaming, or do you like wide screen horizontal streaming? I don't know if all 100 of these are going to fit into this little acro band, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. This new brass is a little sticky though. You can hear it right there coming off the mandrel. But yeah, it's just a very small little bit of expansion there. Just enough to set that bullet down and not shave off any of our powder coating. So what y'all been up to? I was out in the yard all day. Did a little bit of shooting. Then I had a little fire going. Cleaned up the yard, blew some leaves around. I need to, that reminds me, I need to get some more mixed gas, or the fuel mixture, for my leaf blower. Cleaned up the trail going around the back there. Did a little bit of rucking around today. A little over a mile. Oop, caught it. Didn't actually have a backpack though. I was just jogging around. We had a nice fire going. Cooked some wieners on the fire. That was nice. Cleaned up the wood pile. And it looks like some of the topsoil and the grass seed we put down is finally starting to take. So hopefully this next week, it's not supposed to freeze at all, so hopefully, one more. Hopefully this next week we'll start seeing a whole bunch of little green sprouts coming up. And my yard won't be covered in mud. Alright, so we're done expanding. Time to switch dyes, and we're actually going to prime. Put him back, and then we'll put him back up here. Back on the Dillon. Yeah, anyways, if you're on Twitch, we're going to be loading up some Mosin food. Can you even see where I'm at? Ooh. Yeah, the old Mosin. Just some cast loads, low pressure, 150, 155 grain, 311 diameter. And once again, we're going to be using large pistol primers. The Unisgenics. Gonna be using the Unisgenics large pistol primers. Yes, sir. And you can use pistol primers. Sorry, this is very specific to cast loads at low pressure and with loads you work up, but you can use pistol primers in rifle brass, but you cannot put rifle brass or you cannot put rifle primers into pistol brass. So they might be the same diameter. They're both the large spec, large rifle, large pistol, but they are different depths. The large rifle would be protruding past the base of the case head, and that's bad because your firing pin could hit it, could get caught on a rim, coming through the magazine or feeding or anything could come in contact with that primer that's sticking out past the case head. So if you use a pistol primer, it'll actually be slightly more recessed than usual. But I've never had an issue. Well, never actually tried it in this gun, so this will be funny if I load 100 and my firing pin is like, a 10,000th of a millimeter short. But I don't think that'll be an issue. So I'm going to load them. I've done it in the 30-30 and 308 at 223 cast load. There we go. The old Ram prime. This is probably one of my favorite ways to prime my brass. Some people say you don't get a good feel with it, but I disagree. There we go. Just gotta tighten the shell holder down. Mr. Andy, Prairie Dog, what is up, brother? How are you doing this evening? Just got off of work. Heck yeah. Good to hear. Hope you're doing well. Pardon me. Alright, I gotta move these just slightly closer here. Oop. How's the audio sound? Is everything alright? Can you hear what I'm saying? Because I just got the phone kind of resting here. And you can't really tell what I'm doing on the tubes, but we can chat it up. However, if you go to Twitch over here, you can follow me there. I'm almost up to 20 followers on Twitch, guys. Anyways, yeah, you can see what I'm doing on Twitch. I've got that loaded up and going with the good view of what's happening. Ooh, yeah. Nice feel there with the large pistol primer going in. Ooh. Audio as well, sir. Awesome. Thank you very much. So how was work? Doing all right? Ooh, that's actually, what do we have here? Papoo brass. And yeah, that's just slightly recessed, but I have no doubts we should be able to come in contact with our firing pin. Oh yeah. I'm actually going to pull up the stool here. Pardon me, here we go. Yep. Alright. Ooh. So, you been doing any shooting lately, Mr. Andy? Here, I need this back over here. Whoop. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, if you're just now tuning in, I'm not sure what you heard or not. We are playing with some Unique here. The Alliant Unique. And we've got some Cast Lee 311 155. Powder coated and whatnot. Size to 310.5 or 311 or whatever. I opened up my sizing die. Well, I got the 311. It was slightly under, and then I kind of honed it out a little bit with some really fine sandpaper. So we're right at 311 diameter. And I still haven't slugged this barrel actually. but I have shot some factory ammo, and those were at least 3 10s from this S&B you see there. So that's fun. They shot pretty well, the 10 rounds I shot. And then I've got some 180 grain soft point round nose loaded up there with some Vitivori N1 doopadoo. What is it? N160. Some N160 or something. Mr. Johnny, what is up, sir? Mr. 1982. Good to see you uploading. Got some good news. Had a realtor out. Holy crap, gonna be moving out to Tennessee, brother. That's actually pretty awesome. Congratulations. Japanese stream themselves building mini figurines. I guess Americans are just built different. Yes, sir, that's right. Mr. Government approved user. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's right. Well, that's cool. When's all that taking off, Johnny? Obviously, it's in the works, so you got something going on. That's cool. That's exciting. Wish I could have some tunes playing, but everybody does the copyright striking. Most American shit I've ever seen on this app. Well, welcome aboard. Glad to see you here, sir. Where are you from? Are you from maybe not America? I don't know. I went to public school. I'm not very smart. Anyways, yeah, we're playing with the old Mosin Nagant 762x54R. And, yeah. You can reuse your brass. It's reusable. You just have to size it back down to spec, or start with new brass, which this is the first time I think I've actually bought new brass for a cartridge. But I'm hoping probably learn to anneal potentially someday. Maybe this will motivate me to do it. And see how much life I can stretch out of these cases. From Central Asia. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. I'm glad to have you here, sir. So where in Tennessee are you looking there, Johnny? There's quite a bit of Tennessee, and some of it was just pretty far underwater. Does anybody know if there's any part of the Tennessee that got hurricaned and flooded? Anybody know if there's any lithium mines in Tennessee too? Or if there's only lithium yeah. Martin, Tennessee. I feel like I've seen that on a map. I've heard that name, but I couldn't tell you where it is. I could not tell you where that is, sir. Well, Mr. Government Approved User, aren't there some Asian countries that are, I was going to say pro-Second Amendment, but obviously that's different depending on the country, but aren't there some pro-firearm nations that allow private ownership? Or did I just make that up? I might have seen that on the internet somewhere. Because, you know, everything on the internet's true. It's gotta be, because the guy said it. So you been doing any loading lately, Johnny? Any casting? I have not been casting in a long time. I also need to go to the actual range I'm a member of and like harvest some lead. It's been a long time since I've done that too. I just got an email that they're going to be shut down during deer season because the, you know, property next door doesn't want a bunch of stray bullets. You know, doesn't want a bunch of stray bullets going into where they're hunting, which is understandable because it's on private property anyways. It's not a public range. It's a private organization. Literally the northwest corner of the state borders Kentucky, Arkansas, Missouri. Well, I'm like pretty close to Fort Campbell, so that sounds pretty much where I'm at. So that's probably why I've heard it. Must be nearby somewhere. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. It's very nice out here. Today the weather was amazing. I saw my post earlier, had a little fire going, cooked some weenies outside for lunch. Then I went hiking around the woods for a little while. It might have been 65, 70 out. Beautiful blue skies till they started spraying their, you know, round of chemtrails for the night. Which is funny. Chemtrails both don't exist, and there's been laws put in place to prevent the spraying of chemtrails. So they don't exist, but they're also prohibited. Good stuff, right? Taking it easy, staying out of trouble, and tending to the boy. Good man. Good man, yes. Cool, we're halfway done priming. Woo! This is not taking forever, but we're not... Again. Not taking forever, but we're not flying either. Yeah, I'm going to keep these next 50. Keep these next 50 here. We're going to be, I'm using unique, but I don't know the charge yet. We're going to be looking at the old, oops. Got to put the primer in first. I'm going to be putting the old unique in there, but we got to look at the Lyman manual to find a charge. I want to say it's like 12 to 15 grains or something, but make sure to check your local powder dispensary for proper load development. That takes about a even visual stuff. Hey man, it's no problem. Feel free to reach out anytime. Mr. Tactical Rabbit 308, how we doing this evening? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Yeah. Throw that up there so the YouTube's can get a little bit of action. You can watch me load them upside down in the loading block because I still don't. I forget who mentioned it, but thank you very much in the comments. The Lyman 565 loading block fits the big ass rimmed head. So someone mentioned that. I just need to go get it. But until then, they're going to sit upside down. So that's funny, but yeah. Thanks again, mysterious commenter. So we got some East Coasters here. You guys are an hour ahead of me, so it's already 1 in the a.m. for you. 12 o'clock here Central, or 6 after. Over on Twitch, we've got a gentleman from Asia. What time is it over there? Probably like, I don't know, 12 hours off or something? I don't know. But that's cool. Welcome everybody, glad to have you. Thanks for hanging out on your Saturday evening, morning, Sunday, or Friday night, or whatever time it is. Load development for an unknown cartridge. Start small and work your way up. Yes sir, there you go. I was just more so letting the YouTube overlords know that I'm not technically giving you recommendations or anything, you know. I'm just telling you what I'm potentially doing at any given time. Not that it's the right way or wrong way or anything like that. How's the Mossberg been treating you? It's actually running really smooth if I use the 10-round magazine, but if I use one of the GIs that usually function in an AR loaded up with actually this bullet, if I use that bullet, but in the 30-rounder, it does not work. But if I only use 10, then it's just fine. I haven't used a 20. I actually just got some 20-round Lancer mags. Those things are sweet. So I need to try one of those. I think it'll actually stay square and not wobble around in the mag well, because that, you obviously know, it's probably the exact same everything but the chamber. The mag release button, that whole thing is just kind of flimsy, where the mag catch and everything. I understand your complaints, but so far I'm not overly frustrated with it. It's more fun than anything, and I think I might go take it deer hunting here in a couple weeks. Landed on a pretty good load with the Enforcer. I don't know if that was the video I posted with it or if that was the H110. But I've actually got some loaded up with H110 right now. I don't know. Mr. Rutger 100, what's up for loading some fine 5.6? I found you. Found you up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What kind of bullets are you loading with there for your 5.56, or what powder? I'm gonna guess that you're using PMC brass. That's just a random guess. Never actually specifically went out of my way to use PMC brass. Does anybody have any opinions on that? I usually just throw it in the bulk pile, you know. Japan's already going to bed. I figured, or well, I knew they were way ahead or way behind us. I just don't know what side of the time zone spectrum that is, because I'm educated in the American public school system, so I don't really know a whole lot about too much. Oh gosh, where'd the chat go? So much talking, I missed it. Doo-ba-doo. Well, shit. Hated mine, but you already knew that. Didn't mean to give you any ass about it. Oh, no, it's all good. I appreciate the heads up. It's always good to get people's opinion, and like, I'd rather hear the bad experiences than everybody just be like, yeah, that's awesome. Everything was perfect. Anyone have knowledge about next belts? No, I don't know what a next belt is. I do, however, need like a pistol rig with like a leg drop holster, a couple little mag holster thingies too. That'd be sweet. I do need something like that. Wish I could post some pictures on the live of all my roding gear. Packed up, just waiting for the new place. Oh, dang. Packed up, waiting for the new place. That's, well, I have all my crap moved in here because I had to pull it out of the garage. Long story. But, yeah, just moving it from here to there, or from there to here, was quite the undertaking. So having it all packed up to move it, that's a lot of fun. Mixed head stamp, Exterminator, berries, bullets. I am pretty sure I've done that exact combination. I really do like Exterminator. It seems pretty clean burning, and it's a little faster burning, so it uses less powder to get to that nice clean burning higher pressure. So that's pretty sweet. Although I use it mostly for the 50 grain frangible, little copper frangible guys. And I basically just found the lowest charge that would cycle all of my different rifles I'd ever use it in. So that way I can do some silly, like, closer distance, just reloading drills and stuff, and not have to worry about ricochets coming off of the steel. You know what I'm saying? Pacific Asian countries are already in the 4th of November. Okay. I'm glad some of you guys know stuff, because I don't know a whole lot. We're using the Lee Ram Prime. I like mine. One Russian Tiny slammed the primer sideways. Ooh. I've gone like several thousand rounds over the past few years on my Dillon, and I never set one sideways until like a month ago. Somehow I rammed a nice Remington primer right into some 300 blackout, all crooked, and that was pretty cool. Haven't done that one yet, because usually if it's like upside down, or if I find the case has a crack or something, I can just pull it out and put it in a new piece of brass. But that one was not salvageable. First time with Exterminator, just cheap plinking. Yes, sir. That's yeah. It's economical. That was the main selling point. That's why I originally got it. But it turned out that I like it, but I ran out. So, and it's like what, $42 to $50 a pound now or something, depending on where you're at. It's like as expensive as tack, which used to be more expensive, but now it seems like they're only making Exterminator. I don't know. Oh, cool. Now we are expanded and primed. with our Unis Genix large pistol primers. Managed to get all of it in the closet. As for the pews, I'm not excited about moving those. Yeah, that's not fun. Definitely not fun moving a bunch of pews. I had to do that about 1.5 years ago now. Having been in the military, going overseas has its time zones for resetting your flag. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I figured you'd done some traveling, sir. La la la. Okay. I'm gonna put these up, or just put it over here out of the way. Then we're gonna do some research. Okay, I don't need those 50, I need these 50. Okay. I guess I'll have to powder, seat, and then since I don't have the dang loading block that they fit, I'll just throw them in this bin, and then once the bin is full, I'll crimp them after that. How exciting. And let's get this, recycled powder juggy thing. It's great when, I like to throw bullets in it or whatever as a little container, or you pour powder. It's nice to scoop out of because it was already holding powder at one time. So that's fun, right? And we got the old Lee funnel-y guy there. I've got the Charge Master set up over there. It's already got some powder in it, but we need to figure out what charge we're using. So we have the Lyman 3rd edition handbook without a cover on it. You can find this in a PDF form if you use that one search engine really good like. And this is one of my favorite cast bullet manuals. Very nice. It's got this old-timey artwork on it. Pretty cool stuff. But there's only one page with 760 by 54. Test components. The cases were Norma. The trim 2 length is 2.105. They used Remington large rifle primers. Lyman shoulder number 17. These cast bullets were sized to 310 diameter, they say. And they have data for a 151 grain, 169 grain, and a 208 grain. But we're shooting 155. Let's actually throw one on the scale. It's probably a little heavier, I think. 156.8. How about that? So we're going to have to not use this maximum. We're going to have to be a little bit lower than that. So it says unique powder, 12 to 15 grains. Maximum velocity of 1,827 feet per second. Starting charge, 12 grains, 1,592 feet per second, with a maximum overall length of 3.037 inches. Yes, sir. I should probably write all that down or just leave this open here. I don't know. Sat there scratching my head, placed it in the deep primer, placed a heavy towel over the press, and slowly deep primed it. Yeah, that's smart. People say don't deprime live primers, but as long as you're slow and you don't create that forceful pressure spike that actually ignites them, they can withstand a lot of pressure as long as it's slow. Thus, we can deprime live primers. Right? Right. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this Lee Ram Prime, probably one of my favorite, $10 items on the bench. You can just switch the cup from large to small. And you're good to go. And you're good to go. Michigan is turning into a mini California. You literally have to register all firearms now. Yeah, Michigan is, they're silly. My wife's side of the family's from Michigan. So I get to hear all about their shenanigans. So like we said, a max charge of 15 for a slightly lighter projectile. So I'm going to say my maximum charge is going to be like, maybe like 14 and a half grains or something. Or maybe I'll just pick 14 and be way safe. Yeah, how about that? 14.0 grain unique. Yes. There it is. And remember, that's what I'm doing. That's not a recommendation. That's not a recommendation. Don't you go doing it without your own research. So, yeah, go find the PDF. Like Johnny said, that manual is the bee's knees, sir. Yes, it is. And they have a lot of data for 700X. That was one of my favorite parts. But I'm actually surprised there's nothing here for that. 14 grain unique, 155x311. And I'll have to figure out an overall length because I've never used this bullet yet. Never used it. It's probably going to be somewhere in right there, and then you can see where you crimp into that band, or over the top even. Should we crimp it over the top? Wow. Should we go over the top there? I think we'll go over the top. Maybe that first band is probably past the maximum overall length. I don't know. Anyways, let's see if the old charge master's warmed up. There we go. And I do like some unique. It is a nice bulky flake powder. So it's not going to be jumping out of the charge master and falling into the go button, which makes it jam and either stay stuck on or it won't let you press it. So it's annoying either way. Good job, Charge Master. So there's some Alliant unique. I wonder if this was Herco unique. Yeah, there you go. Was this originally Herco unique? I should just put that on auto. It is on auto. Ah, there we go. Nice. And our case fill is basically nothing. Although I said it was bulky. We're only like half full. But it's okay. It's a fast burning powder. And it is not very sensitive to case position as far as I'm aware. If anybody experienced differently, let me know. But I believe it's historically known as a pretty decent cast powder due to its large case fill, but also not being too worrisome about the case position. There we go. There we go. Can't lose any bullets because I'm completely out. I loaded them all in 300 blackout. And I think this is their dead length seating die, so you're supposed to start with the die body all the way in and onto the shell holder. There we go. Yeah, just to cam over a little bit so that ensures your ram is always going to be in the same position and there'll always be that much distance between the stem and the ram. Lock that in with the awkward lock ring from the new Lee things that I dislike. Does anybody like the new Lee lock rings, or are you more fond of the older variety like me? Well, That's not very straight. Beautiful. Isn't 762 by 54R fairly similar to 30.6? Kind of in between 308 and 30.6. Yeah, so I think 30.6 is 762 by 63. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. And then 308 is 762 by 51. Wow, that bullet didn't seat straight at all. What a loser. That's ugly. Ew. Wow, that's kind of embarrassing. Look at this big bulge there. Wow, so concentric. Good job, dummy. Ew. Ew. Wonder if it'll even chamber. That's gross. I need to do better. But I think that's the good seating depth. It's just crooked, so I'm not gonna know if it's whoopsies. That's the first one. We're just getting dialed in, right? I gotta hit my stride. Alright. I gotta keep my data here, and I'll get rid of this book so I don't do anything to it. Oh no, it's gone forever. And oh, nuts, man. There went 75 cents. Alright, really though, I gotta find that. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. First try, I win. Haha. Got her. It was sitting straight up. How nice. Okay. Well, we just need to be more carefuler. Or maybe I expanded them way too much, so now I've got this freaking crater to set them in. Like the RCBS lock rings, I actually quite enjoy those too, sir. What am I doing? I can't sit here because the powder measure is way over here on this other thing. So it doesn't move around when I'm using the bench. Okay, we're going to try this one again. Oh yeah, we just got to be a little more deliberate with our... Cool. Still kind of bulging though. And I did use the larger expander. Go ahead, see you in the morning. You have a good one, sir. You have a good night, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Did you chamber it? Did you do a chamber cast of your rig? Oh, no, I certainly did not. I have not slugged it or done anything, but I shot these factory loads, and they were, those are 310, and they went bang, and went down where I was shooting and aiming at, so that was cool. So then these at 311, I thought, should be alright. But let me, crap, I don't know if I can try to chamber it since I didn't crimp the bell out yet. This is probably not going to work. No. Okay. Well, that's cool. Good thing I got this nice cleaning rod right here. Don't look, YouTube, it's not a live firearm. It's not a live firearm. Oh. I had to do this earlier today. I said I went shooting. I was shooting some 300 blackout. which is still probably my favorite round. That's just fun. I don't know what it is, but come on. Yep, there we go. We'll try that after the crimp. I hope I don't waste 50 of these, and you know what? I have these two, and the second one is way less crooked, so I'm gonna crimp these real quick and we're gonna test it, right? Here's Zastava, had a 315 bore. Geez, that's incredible. Can you imagine what you'd have to do to cast? That sounds ridiculous. Look, I bent my tip with the cleaning rod. Oops. Yeah, before I do 1,000 of these, I'm gonna apply a light crimp here. Sold that POS. That's probably a good decision. That's funny. Actually, that sucks. Nobody wants to have to sell a gun. And yeah, I guess I didn't even measure my overall length, but it really does not matter at all, because I'm just using that crimping band on the bullet, which tells me the overall length. Alright, this is probably a good start. Get the lock ring close so when I go to put it back, we can have a similar crimp setting. Yeah, I don't know about this ugly ass bulge there. That one just might not work, but this other one, nice and straight. Let's crimp him real quick. Like to hold him for a second so it doesn't potentially spring back as quickly. But this is brand new brass, which should be softer and not work hardened, so it should stay where you put it. All right. Oop. I still suck at loading this thing. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Jesus. That's an extractor there, man. Or ejector, holy crap. Okay, so this one that's not all cattywampus, crooked, bulging was just fine. Let's see this guy. Okay. Good enough for the range. Oh man, that's dusty. Okay, sweet. So those two are actually done. I don't need to crimp those later. Perfect. Yay. Let me put this cleaning rod back before I keep getting more crap out. Make a big old mess. Cause honest truth, then they were like, oh, I can't help unless you give you more money. Of course not. That's the solution to everything. Didn't you know that? Just throw more money at it. Just throw more money at it. Okay, so that was the one that fell off the edge. And we got another charge waiting. Crap, I need to go back to the seating die. Way to go, dum-dum. And we'll get him closer again. And a slight bit of cam in action, and I'll just back it out a hair. Charge Master, why are you walking around? There it goes. It wouldn't stabilize. Will Poros will be this way I reload? Sir? We're all poor and reload. But it's also fun. It's like an extension of the shooting hobby. Let's make sure we get this guy lined up. Makes you more knowledgeable about your firearms and whatnot. Oh, that's just freaking beautiful. But we will notice this, it's a uniform bulge now. It's a uniform bulge as long as I set it concentrically. But it's still there. But that'll eventually, you know, form out to the chamber. But then I guess when I resize it back down. Seems like that's going to be doing a lot of work on the brass over time. Seems like that's going to be doing a lot of work over time. I do need some stripper clips. Does anybody know where to get some stripper clips? Does anybody actually like, are there current production stripper clips available? Yeah, nice. I know you can get some Milsurp ones occasionally places, but I haven't looked lately, but last time I did they were like $5 a piece or something silly. But I do remember seeing there was one company, I think it might have even been on Amazon, but it was like a 20 pack of aluminum stripper clips for 20 bucks or something. And it only had like, you know, 3 stars or something, so I wasn't overly thrilled about it. Wasn't completely sold. Check out Fleabay. That's probably a good thought. I don't think I've ever bought anything off eBay before, though. How crazy is that? Do you believe that? I hear that's, you know, where lots of people get some deals on used molds and stuff. I do need to look for one of those old Ideal pots so I can eventually do zinc, because that would be fun. Come on, Charge Master. Oh yeah. I understand why people say they have like 2 or 3 Charge Masters set up, but I'm not in that big of a hurry. I do understand the competition shooters that are trying to load up their 300 rounds for the week or whatever, and they'll just have them all go in and just be seating bullets, knocking them out. Ooh, pop my back. But like right now, it's just trying to trickle that last tenth. And it takes forever sometimes. Sometimes it won't drop a single kernel, and sometimes it'll throw out like 5 at a time. Oh yeah. Have you ever used pistol primers in your cast rifle loads yet, Mr. Johnny? I'm not sure if I had that conversation with you yet. But so far, I've been having good luck in the 308 and 30-30. And 270, actually. Or no, not 270, 243. So, the large pistol primers are both cheaper and available. And if the goal with cast loads is to shoot cheaply and just kind of plink or, you know, work on your marksmanship, whatever, as cheap as possible is where it's at, you know. So pistol primers has been my go-to for most of my cast rifle loads that aren't running in my blackout. They're on there 19 to 30 beans, depending on new old stock or new production. Yeah. Cool, good to know. Thank you, sir. Didn't have to go looking that up for me. There we go. Might have to check it out. How's that work on eBay if I just want to buy something like buy it now? Like one of those products that I don't have to bid on? Do I have to make an account and all this stuff? Or can I just, you know, check out and be done? I don't think I've actually honestly ever used eBay like I was saying. That one's a little bulgier there. Oopsie. Yeah, large and small. Cool. Good man. What other combinations have you tried? Have you done the small rifle as a Magnum small pistol for your 357 Magnum or anything like that? Or have you used the Magnum small pistol as a small rifle? I've done probably every combination, and it really just depends on whether or not your striker or hammer hits hard enough, if it'll ignite or not. So easy, a caveman can do it, but be careful, you might overspend. Well, that goes for anything. It's easy to overspend on any of this nonsense. Oh yeah, that one just felt good. Oh yeah, look at that. Except if you look at the top, it's perfect, but then if you look at the bottom, it's got a bulgy. Whatever. It'll be okay. It'll probably still hit the steel silhouette at 50 yards. Because that's all I'm going to be doing with it. I have done all of the primers and everything. Yep, someone stays stupid, but well, I mean, as long as you test it and you did your load workup and you're safe about it and whatever, I think there's a lot more leeway in reloading than a lot of people think. And yeah, like the powder recipes and burn rates and stuff, I think those are way more flexible than they show. Mr. MCK, how are you doing this afternoon, evening, morning, sir? Mr. Shotgun Drums, I've got a Mosin, don't shoot it, much as it has refrigerator door MOA. I think that's the gist I got from Johnny in his 315 bore earlier. Do you know what bore size yours was, Mr. Shotgun Drums? Mr. Shotgun Drums? Sorry, that was fun to say. Refrigerator door MOA. That's... I can imagine that. Come on, last tenth of the powder charge. 316. Holy woo, buddy. Woo, buddy. Well, hopefully mine is like around... Well, I'm loading it with 311s because it shot factory 310s. I was able to hit the silhouette offhand at 50 yards. How about that? Haven't shot it at paper. And actually, I still need to, here it is. We got the wicked awesome BCA red dot. It's got the really goofy looking mount, but it's going to go on the even goofier mount that's going to take over the rear sight for the Mosin. So I'm going to have this monstrosity sitting on top of the Mosin because I'm blind and iron sights don't work for me. But that should be fun, and I could eventually try out a long eye relief scope on it, so that could be pretty sweet. That could be pretty sweet. What was I saying? How the burn rates are probably way more flexible than they list data for? Yeah, I believe that to be true. For instance, any 300 blackout data ever, anywhere, even from Hodgdon, does not list H335 or Random Shot Exterminator for 300 blackout. But if you go to the Lyman the 51st Lyman manual, the newest one, they have cast loads at the back of each, cartridge. So in the 300 blackout section, there's 2 or 3 cast loads, and they're using Exterminator and H335, which are very slow powders compared to your H110s and your little guns and your CFE blacks and your 1680s. So the powder manufacturer, Hodgdon's like, whoa man, we're not going to list that. We're trying to sell CFE black. But obviously someone at Lyman or somebody found data somewhere, and Lyman stole it, for those much slower burning powders for that cartridge, right? The Russians running Mosins right now. They are. They really are. Let's check our OAAL. 2.744. Yeah, what did it say? 3037? That's way out here. No way that bullet's going to sit that far out. Maybe when I get some time to cast up the Lee 312-185. That one might be a little bit longer. And I hope to make a bunch of those for this here fine firearm, but it's only a double cavity, so it'll take forever. Whereas this, I have a 6-banger, and I can do a whole, 20-pound pot. Oopsie. In maybe an hour or two. Maybe an hour or two. Probably 2. Once you get in the flow though, 6 at a time, it goes pretty quick. And last time you can see all the different colors. These are just different batches that would fit in the toaster oven at one time. So we had the red blend and the blue blend and the blue and white blend and the other blue and red blend. And I just mix all my powder coats together. And yeah, I'm not worried if they stick together or get little boogers. Not worried at all. Sorry, my back hurts. I was doing some yard work earlier today and bending over and picking up the wood and moving it to the other side of the yard. Since I, have horrible posture and lift with my back like a retard, my back hurts today. Talking about that old school planning on some zinc. Yes, eventually that would be cool. That would be the plan. Funny story. Pennies are made of zinc. I don't know if I actually have any pennies anywhere. If I would want to do such a thing, which I don't, because that's destroying the property, you know what I'm saying? Can't be doing that. Which is kind of weird. Destroying money is government property, but the Federal Reserve is a private organization. So are you really destroying federal property if they can just print it out of thin air and charge us for it? Man, isn't the world silly? Must be like the tinfoil hat's coming out. Sorry, is it actually a tinfoil hat to just mention that the Federal Reserve is a private organization? There we go. Nice, beautiful Ford blue with just a slight bulge. You know, no one ever complained about a nice, good bulge. Come on, Charge Master. Do you do any zinc, Mr. Johnny? I don't actually have a source for zinc, but it was always on the list of stuff. Don't get me started. This country is really scary right now. Yeah. I try not to be too political on here because we're all we all have the same train of thought. We're all on the same page. We all think the same thing about everything going on. But wow, there's some really stupid crap going down. And I could go really tinfoil, but I won't get into all of it. But the dots all get connected when you start to see the big picture. Once you see the big picture, it all connects, and it's like, wow, that happened. And most of the time, they just wave it in your face, right in the open. 14 grand unique, there we go. And by the way, if anybody has not used the lint dryer sheet trick on a staticky funnel, that trick is totally awesome and works. So if you have a little staticky on your funnel, you hit it with a dryer sheet, good to go. Major reason I'm getting the hell out of Michigan. Yeah, Whitmer's, didn't she just sit down and have a nice beer with Cammy? Old Cam. And that was like the last thing she's done in the past week. She doesn't do anything. Well, as far as on the campaign trail, you know, Kamala didn't really do a whole lot. Especially, you know, like get chosen by her party to represent them. That didn't happen. Somehow she's the one on the ticket. My democracy. Sorry, I'm just blabbing at this point. We are at 27 here on the 27th round. Moving right along. And then we'll just have to finish these off with a nice crimp. And it's good to know we got the other 50 there, both expanded and primed, ready to go. I might try an actual rifle powder and try and hit like 2,000 feet per second or something. Because these are going to probably hit the 16 to 1700 foot mark. And actually my M44 has a chopped off barrel, so it's only like 17 or 18 inches or something. So these are actually, yeah, probably going to be 1600 feet per second, which seems to be about 16 to 18 is where I have the most success with my cast loads with this range scrap that I use most often. I suppose if and when the things hit the thing, they still don't have to worry about negative below weather for 5 months. Yeah, dude, Michigan's freaking brutal. It's probably already cold up there. Like, I was visiting my parents in Indiana last month, and it was already down in the 40s at night. And I was like, no! And now here it's the, 3rd of November, and it's going to be like 75 out today. Right? So, I can't complain. It's really weird because, like, I'm basically not that far from where I'm from originally, maybe 4 hours, and the ground changes, the geography, the dirt, all that. You get this red dirt down here in Tennessee, and it's not like normal topsoil like you're used to seeing. You guys deal with 2 months of 50s? Yeah, I mean, December it'll start to get pretty cold. It'll probably get cold by the end of November here. But definitely December gets a little chilly, and it's usually not the worst until February. And last year we only had like 3 days of actual snow and ice that stuck to the ground. So you better get your milk and eggs for when that crap happens, because everybody's like, holy crap, it's going down, shut down everything. We got a ½ inch of snow. So they call off school, people are calling into work, I'm not going to make it. You see all the people in the South with their big ass jacked up trucks that they don't know how to drive, trying to drive in the snow. It's freaking hilarious watching people trying to drive in the snow who like didn't grow up driving in the snow or don't have practice doing it, because it's really not that hard once you've done it and you understand it and you know when to brake, and that you understand 4-wheel drive doesn't help you brake. I think that's the big part. A lot of people are like, yeah, jacked up truck. They don't understand stopping. So you'll see a lot of those guys out in the ditch. So that's pretty funny. I mean, you'll see like some old dude in his little tiny beat up Tacoma come pull him out. Be there within a month's time, 2 at most. At least that's what your realtor's saying. That's pretty awesome. Hopefully there's no hiccups with any of the paperwork or bank or any of that crap, because I know you get last minute things that come up and it's like, oh, this piece of paper wasn't signed on page 76, so they need to do that next Wednesday when he gets back from vacation. Right? So hopefully there's no hiccups there for you. Everything slides. Everything, yes. That is correct. But even when thankfully I have a real truck now, but even in my wife's little Patriot, little Jeep thing, that's like 10 years old, it's front wheel drive, and you know. Not so hard getting around when you know how to drive, right? Man, I need to cast. I think I've bought 3 or 4 new molds, and I've got one on a wish list somewhere waiting to pick it up too. There's a new Lee 356 102 round nose. So that could be a nice lead saver compared to using the 358 105 semi-wide cutter. So they purposely made one for 9mm. And that would be a good lead saver compared to like 125 or 147 grains worth of lead. And actually, unfortunately, I used up all my 3-cent primers finally. So it's cheaper to buy 22 long rifle for me than to load 9mm finally after like 4 years or something. So I actually, I've got what is that? The CMMG 22 LR conversion kit. Yeah, I got one of those coming in next week. And I have a 7.5 inch 5.56 pistol upper that I'm never really going to shoot because it's silly and loud and ridiculous. And I've got all the other fun lengths that are useful. So that's going to be my dedicated 22 LR pistol upper. That'll be fun. Not sure if I mentioned already, have any of you tried some of the cartridge adapters for Mosin? Always been curious. Are you saying that there's an adapter you put into your Mosin and it shoots something else, or you put like a Mosin adapter into your 12 gauge and shoot that? Because I have not done either of those, Mr. Shotgun and Drums. Yeah, I've not done either of those things. But I do have a 20 gauge single shot break action, break open. So I did, I've always wanted some silly little barrel conversions for that. Going for like 357 Magnum. Maybe like some of them have like 6 to 10 inch, rifled barrels, and some of them are just like a ½ inch of rifling. But it'd be nice to get one of the like maybe 10 inch ones, 357 Magnum, and shove that in my little 20 gauge. That would be sweet. Saw one for 32 auto and a couple others. Yeah, dude. No, wait. 32 auto going into a Mosin? That sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. Do they make, so like say for a 12 gauge, do they make full powered rifle inserts? Do they do that? I'm not educated on that, those products, that market. They do seem useful, but I never looked too deeply into them. But that sounds like a lot of fun. Oop. If it was me personally, I would want the 10 inch adapter. Yep. Not only would I want the 10 inch ones, but I would want the whole collection. I need the whole kit. And it's not like, oh, I don't shoot 380. I don't have any 380. But if you have the barrel adapter on hand, oh no, I've only got 3 bullets left, but I've got 12 pieces of brass. Oh, nuts. Yeah, you can get a barrel adapter, and then you can buy a box of 380. Now you have a 380 to shoot. Or whatever the case may be, you know. Whatever the case may be, you can shoot all the cartridges. Like 45 Colt, that would be sweet out of a 12 gauge. Maybe not doing the Ruger loads, but like some cowboy loads, a 240 or 250 semi-wad cutter, doing like 800 or 900 or whatever that is. That would be sweet. That would be sweet. Oh yeah, not also the velocity, but yeah, there would be no accuracy without rifling, and also the velocity loss would be ridiculous. What am I going to do with these 9 pieces of leftover brass? I guess I'll just put them back in the box. Well, that one's got a nice bulge to him. My bad. Yep, last one. Those 2 were already crimped. I'll just put the rest back in there. Ooh. But yeah, even like the 9mm adapter or something like that, if it was longer than 4 inches, you're going to have more velocity than out of a pistol. And potentially better accuracy as long as you know where it hits compared to your little bead dot, or maybe if you have a red dot, that would be cool. I'm pretty sure somebody makes a red dot or a little break action 12 gauge you can slap a red dot onto. Here we go. Cool, got a few extras. Nothing wrong with a few extras. Okay. Sweet. And those are done. Already crimped. I'm going to clean up a little bit here, and then we'll do the final crimp on the rest of these. Not too much crap laying around. Here we go. That's still horrible. This box is heavy, and it's missing the little latch, so hopefully I don't get this thing loaded down with 100 rounds someday and the lid freaking snaps off. That would suck. Alright, we are done seating. Done seating, time for decrimping. You know, just for testing purposes. Yes, of course, testing. There we go. How's that feel? A little more. Mr. GGW Outdoors, how are you, sir? Doing good. Thanks for stopping in. We are working on some 7.62 by 54R. Cast bullet's got a little bulge there. 311 diameter, but should be good. Brand new PPU brass. I need to learn to anneal so I don't ruin these after like 5 firings just by opening and crimping the neck so much. You know what I'm thinking? Seems like a good skill to learn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, don't that purty. What are you uploading late tonight? Or what, is anybody else loading, or are you just chilling, relaxing a bit? Alright, there we go. Had to get the die tightened. You loading, you cleaning your firearms, or you just relaxing? I need to get, so I had one of these laying around for some 308, the MTM J20. Ooh, look, you can see it there. It lists 243, but not 308. Anyways, they work perfect for this, even with the big rims. Come on. Yeah. That'll hold 20. Although I don't like these carrying them around, but if it had a rubber band or something, then you're good to go. Just be aware those lids slide off pretty easily though. So I need some of these, but I also need some way to secure them. You know? Are those going to be mule kickers? These ones will not, no sir. These are actually probably 16 to 1800 feet per second with a very mild charge of some Light Unique. There we go. Actually, yeah, there you go. That's my data. That's what I'm doing, but I'm not recommending anybody else do it without their own research and all that fun safety stuff. I don't want to say wouldn't it be funny one day, but wouldn't it be funny one day if somebody, like, you know, blew their gun up because they watched some dummy on the internet, and then they were like telling a story about where they learned it, and then they were like, the guy's name is Dummy, and then all that guy's friends who got blown up would be like, you listened to a guy named Dummy? And then it turns out he would be the dummy. So I don't want to say that would be funny, but wouldn't that be funny? Long story short, this is what I'm doing. You can load how you want to load. YouTube can suck it. I heard they're not making Unique for a while due to some kind of shortage. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Alliant, or rather Vista Outdoors, they're very stingy with their Alliant powder because they like to make sure Federal gets everything that they need to load what they need. Yes, it would be freaking hilarious. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that would be funny. Yeah, I hear there's all kinds of shortages. There's conflict over in Europe, somewhere between a land where some countries used to exist but don't longer exist anymore, but there's still two other countries fighting over it. So there's some conflict there, and all of the manufacturers of these smokeless propellants are, that machine time is being dedicated to feed the military-industrial complex. And so because of that, Vista Outdoors likes to give all of their powder to Federal, because they own both Alliant and Federal, and CCI, and Remington, and Spear, and Blazer, so on and so forth. So yes, sir, I'm afraid you will have a very hard time finding Unique anytime soon. Last one. Holy moly. Whoop. This is sold out to a foreigner. What the hell is that? Yeah, who is that? Czech. I forget the name. It's like Czech Investment Group or something silly like that. Czech Investment Group, Czech Ammo Groups, I forget, it's C something G, and yeah, that's the new owner of Vista, right? Isn't that weird? I was under the assumption, I don't know where I learned it or heard it, but to sell an arms manufacturing company or anything like that, it has to go through like congressional approval and all kinds of fun stuff, because if you're selling it to potential adversaries, you know, how can you do that if it's a publicly traded company? So on and so forth. So how did an investment group from out yonder way, how did they just purchase all this American stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Getting y'all revved up. I'm sorry. We can sit here and keep talking. I'm done loading for now, but I could go on for quite a while. Would that be a fun video? I'd probably suck at presenting it and like doing all the editing and stuff, but it'd be fun to make some charts and draw some storylines and connect some dots and stuff, but I don't know if I have the capabilities to put together such a presentation. You know? I didn't know how well I could achieve that. I need to turn this off from cancel, no more auto trickle. Guess I can at least pick up my powder here while we're still going. Speaking the truth, sir, I would watch it. Well, thanks. It would be cool. I have the idea in my head, but like I said, I don't want my stupid reloading channel to turn into politics. Because it makes me angry talking about politics all the time. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just like not have to worry about everything we love being destroyed? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? If we could just, you know, live our lives with our families and go to work and enjoy our jobs, and not to say that I don't enjoy my jobs or any of the jobs that I do, because I picked them. If I don't like a job, I can quit. But wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to worry about lots of stuff? Come on, Charge Master. Oh, good. Aw, nuts. I got some unique powder all over the place. Where's my cap? Oh, God. Don't lose it. Yep, don't get too salty. Yeah, I just... Sometimes I gotta ignore it, because, yeah. Right, like I said, we're all on the same page, so there's no use in me getting all worked up talking about it. Right? Right? We all know what's going on. We all have the same... We all feel the same about it, right? Right. Sorry, if you can't see what I'm doing, I'm trying to empty this Charge Master, but I spilled some powder. Bonk. Also, the lint, the dryer sheet works really well inside the hopper of your Charge Masters too, right? Okay, I think I got it all. I try not to leave it in there overnight if I'm not going to be loading anymore. So I'm done with this load. Got to empty the powder measure and put it back. However, if I'm in the middle of loading a bigger batch or coming back to it later, whatever, I don't mind leaving it. I used to think when I would go on Uncle Jim's live, people would get mad at me, bitching about all the terrible things that were going on. Yeah. I'd rather just talk about guns and freedom and shooting, and we can talk about economical powders or extruded powders or why we can't get powders anymore, and then just go in circles about it. Okay. What range you shooting these at? What distance am I shooting them at? I'll be in my backyard and probably at 50 to 75 yards maybe. Can't help but to bitch. Yeah, I know. I can't either. I don't disagree. And I'm not bitching that anybody's commenting. Feel free to say what you want. You are free to say what you want in my chat. Like I said, we're all on the same page. Can't keep my head in the sand when everything our forefathers fought and died for is just getting flushed down the drain. It is hard to watch. But there's no use in like living in constant fear of an event or what if this or that or whatever. You know, the best you can do is prepare as well as you can, both mentally and with your equipment or knowledge or whatever. Your skill set, the people you know, your community, your family, you can all be prepared and have plans to do things. You don't have to be the master of all skills, you know. Know more people that have other skills and they can take care of that shit for you, right? Distance, yeah. Probably like what, 50 yards I would say. Yeah, 50 to 75, maybe even 100 offhand, or if I get my red dot, or yeah, there it is, red dot. I could probably, yeah, offhand at 100, no problem with that bad boy. It could even be a green dot. Did I change the battery in this? Did I change the battery? Ooh. Red, green. For like 60 bucks or whatever this thing was. Really not too bad. Although it's like the ugliest design, right? Some people like it. Not my favorite. I had one that was like this exact, probably the same Chinese factory, like 10 years ago. Had one from Amazon, 50 bucks. It lasted for a little while, but maybe this version of it will do better. Alright. Cool. I need to maybe run some of them over the chronograph, maybe try to shoot a group or so. But I'll probably just like shoot a piece of paper from like 20 yards and be like, okay, it sort of hit somewhere in that area, and then I'll just plink from there. Right? Could be fun. Like I said, I need to get some stripper clips though, because that's half the Mosin is like, oh, stripper clip, running the bolt, doing all that cool stuff. So right now I can't be stripper clipping. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But these ones, these are, what'd you call them, mule kickers? Yeah, these ones are going to hurt. These are the factory ones I have left. A 180 soft point And then these are the ones I loaded with a Spear 180 grain soft point. And then we put some cute fingernail polish on there for load identification purposes, because, you know, at a quick glance, those are pretty similar if you just like picked them up out of the box. And then you have the same color primer. Yeah, need to identify them somehow. Come on, get in there. Probably shouldn't keep the load data down in there, but whatever. Alrighty, folks. Red means dead, you know? That could probably put some meat on the table. Yes, sir. The SMBs are pretty good. I keep missing it on sale, but I've seen it for like $18 a box at a few places online. So I'm going to try to score a few of those because I get the brass, right? Whereas this PPU brass was like 75 cents a piece. If I could get a full loaded piece of ammo with the brass for less than, well, right around $1 a piece, to me, that makes more sense, right? Woo. But anyways, most of the stuff online is like spam cans and corrosive and Berdan primed, so that's not useful to me at all, right? Now, see, I still have a couple rounds of old spam can ammo. See, nothing wrong with a good old spam can, but I gotta reload it, right? Although it's great to keep on hand, you know, you can have those couple hundred rounds for another 100 years or however old they already are. Wasn't this created back in, 1891? Was that the, well, it was probably created slightly before that, but the model, isn't it 1891? I'm not really a Mosin historian, but yeah, it's well over 100 years old by this point. Oh, wow, mine's stamped 1953. Yeah. I can't show you on YouTube, but yeah, my receiver's stamped 1953. It's actually made out of a whole bunch of mixed parts. My bolt has a different number on it. The receiver has a different number. The magazine base plate has a different number. Yeah, this is definitely a Franken-Mosin. Hence the refrigerator door MOA. Oh, because it was corrosive and it corroded. That makes sense. That makes sense. 14 unique. I don't need to note. Do I need to note the overall length? Okay. Because I always complain about how I'm bad about taking notes. And then I was just about to be lazy and not take a note. We are at approximately 2.740 OAL. Wow. Yeah, there we go. The bore looks like the surface of Mars. That's actually impressive, sir. I'm not even mad, I'm impressed. No, that sucks. Could you, like, I don't know what the maximum pressure of the Mosin is, but yes, rebarrel. I was gonna say neck it up to like 338 or something, and have a 338 Federal out of a Mosin case with the rim. Wouldn't that be silly? That might be freaking awesome. Ooh. Speaking of 338, I have this one bullet that came in my American reloading box. So wouldn't that be nasty? The 338 by 54R? Jesus. That's kind of nuts, actually. That'd be sweet. Nobody necks anything up, though, for their Wildcat. Everybody goes shorter. So we need to go 17 17 by 54R, right? We're going to hit 7,000 feet per second. 7,000 feet per second with the 17 by 54R. The 54R blackout. Oh, that'd be, you're talking like the new 338 arc or the 6.8 blackout? Yeah, that'd be like this tall. Boop. Little bitty arc. Or the 6.8, or 8.6 rather, sorry. 8.6 blackout. Is that what you're talking about? Because 8.6 is 338, right? I don't know, I'm not good at the conversion thing. I'm no good at the English to metrics. English. What's it actually called? The SAE, Industrial Standard or something? Super fast rifling for a 20 grain 17 cal. Man, that would be wicked hot. Wicked hot fast. And you just burn the barrel out as fast as it corroded, and you'd be back where you started. That could be funny. Someone had to have done that. Someone had to have made a 6.5 Mosin, because everybody 6.5s everything, right? Imperial. That's the word, imperial. Like I said, that's that good old American public schooling for you. Yes, sir. Graduated with the class of like 110 or 120 people or something. It was awesome. I was not a fan of going to school. I did really well. Always on the honor roll and all that bull stuff, but it was really boring. And yeah, school. It's not for me, but if you're one of them educated folk, good for you. But yeah, somebody had to have 243'd the 54R, right? Or has anyone blown it out to a 45, like a 452 by 54R? Look at that bulge, that's disgusting. So let's pretend this is totally concentric, right? Like it is actually centered if you don't see the bulge. Does that mean that this brass is just this much thicker on that side of the neck and they need turned? Is that what this is indicative of? Not necessarily a concentricity issue? Because we do have the slight bulge all the way around. And then you come around here. And there must be more brass in that spot. Maybe? I've never turned my necks, but to me, that could be a possibility. Or I just suck at seating my bullets straight, and that's what happens is they bulge out to one side. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But I'm going to get to shoot some of these tomorrow. That should be pretty fun. Like I said, it's going to be 75. It's going to be awesome. Probably going to pick up some sticks out of the yard. We had a nice storm come through a couple days ago, so it's just been a mud pit. I got to pick up some sticks and blow some leaves around. And then I'm probably going to do some shooting. That sounds like a mighty fine plan. Already went to the grocery store and did all my errands and crap today. So I think we're in business. We're in business. Concentricity. Are you saying that it's a concentricity issue, not a neck brass thickness issue? Because you could be totally right. That's highly probable, most likely the issue. Like I said, where was the first one? That might have been it. Or this one. Yeah, I just kind of sat there and ran them up really quick. And apparently, it was a little off. Boink. So it's not as bad on every single case, but I used the expander and the sizing die that was meant for the larger diameter bullets, so my neck wasn't sized down for a 308 and then stretched out this far. So with the proper amount of tension, I'm still kind of sitting off axis and getting the bulge. If I went down on my bullet diameter, that would probably reduce any accuracy potential. Yeah, they're definitely not in there perfectly straight. Focus. This one looks good. Sorta. I don't know. I'm new here, dude. I don't know. I'm just trying to make things go bang. Seems to be in one spot. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm just picking them up at random out of the box here. And they're like this side's pretty much perfect, and then you come around and there it is. You can see it. Wah, 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 wah. But they chambered. So let me. Oh, you can't see on YouTube here, but. Yeah. If I can even. There we go. Yeah. So with no issues, it chambers and it's not, catching. So my bore, or at least that part of the chamber where the neck is, still has a little bit of wiggle room in it. So does that mean my chamber is potentially like freaking way blown out? Let me see how these jacketed ones look, because these are 310 diameter, but I think they go the length of the neck, so it's uniform. Yeah, so that's a once fired piece, and the bullet's like down in there, I think, right at the neck shoulder junction, somewhere in there. So those look much better with a longer bullet. But I don't know if that design was easier to seat in the die, so it stayed straighter going in. I don't know, man. I'm the dummy here. You guys are the actual pros. What do you think? What are y'all thinking? You're probably thinking, man, it's like 2 in the morning. This idiot's still on here. Never put PC bullets through rifle. I take it you've had much success. It is like 95% of what I shoot out of everything. So 300 blackout, 308. Well, my cast loads for 308 go in the bolt gun, but 300 blackout, I shoot my AR constantly with those. That's probably my favorite thing. I just finished building a 7.5-inch pistol. That guy's fun, except the $30 barrel apparently has a really tight match chamber, so when I shoot those 310 bullets, depending on the brass, I converted to 300 blackout, the neck thickness there gets jammed in the chamber, so I've had to get a cleaning rod or dowel and push out 2 different projectiles from that specific gun. But that's all beside the point. Yes, powder coating works very well in rifles. I just try to keep it between 16 and 1800. That's where I've had the most luck. Yeah. Gotta be because the base is not long enough to enter the case like the other one. Yeah, it was definitely a much shorter bullet. It was like 150 compared to the 180. And a different nose profile and all that. Mr. Kyle Lusk, welcome aboard. Definitely have to come back and watch this in the morning. Well, it wasn't too exciting, but I do appreciate you stopping in. We primed, case expanded, and then played with some unique here with the Lee 312155. So hopefully, might get some range footage tomorrow. We'll see. Might have other crap going on. Probably just do some work in the yard. Hard telling these days. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's almost 2 a.m. here. And like I said, I got crap to do tomorrow. So I do appreciate you folks for hanging out. I'm going to take the, you're obviously here on YouTube, but if you're on Twitch, you'll see the real angle and view and see the whole bench and what's happening. So I'm going to take that eventually. And I'll be able to cut that up into a little video for YouTube, so you don't have to see the whole 2.5 hours. You can see a 30-minute sort of recap of what we're doing. So that's the plan. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. We will see you in the next video or live stream. I would like to do a live stream at the range, but we have to be on Twitch for that. So make sure to go there and follow me on Twitch, so we can potentially be live at the range someday. But otherwise, you will see the Twitch replay here on YouTube. So, yep. That's all I have to say about that. Have a good one, folks. We'll see you next time. Peace. Where's the stop button at? There we go. Okay, bye-bye. Head over to the computer and stream. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.